New Year, Wealth Warrior Woman. I am beyond excited about 2021. I am here. I am ready to rock. I am ready to roll and ready to bring in the best year ever for not only myself, but for all of you. I'm really looking towards what we're going to create in real estate investing, in growing our money, and in creating the freedom that we all deserve and that we all want. And so why not? Why not bring this on? Why not say goodbye to the excuses, say goodbye to what's not working, say goodbye to COVID, whatever it is. And let's get into today, right now, this moment, what we have. And so I have brought back the lives. I'm going to be live every Thursday at 11 a.m. CST. That's 12 for your East Coasters. That's 9 for your West Coast. And if you are international, those times should work for you. It's your evening sometime, depending on where you are in the world. I wanted to talk today about three things that keep coming up that are the absolute keys to success. And I've been talking to a lot of people recently about what is it? What drives your success? What's created this success for you? What's made it work for you? And so I've really had time to dive in and think about it. And then I've also been reading a lot and looking at what are the things that great leaders are doing? How are they creating success in every area of life? Because the truth is that if you're successful in one area, it doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be successful in another, but it does mean that you have the tools. It does mean that you have the knowledge of what it takes to get there. So let's talk about these three things. Okay, the first thing is focus. And it's just goes to say that there's just no way that unless you're going to focus on, okay, I'm going to get into real estate investing this year. I'm going to make my money work for me. I'm going to pay attention to my dollars and cents. There's no way that anything's going to change unless you're focused on it. Like Tony Robbins says, where your focus goes, energy flows. Where your focus goes, that's where everything goes. That's it. That's what we've got. So we've got to focus. Now, it isn't going to be just a journey like this when you decide you start investing in real estate and you get more and more properties and your equity and your investments are growing and your money's growing. It's not just going to be like that. It's going to be like this, but you get used to it. And if you're focused, it continues to go upwards. And we've seen that. We've seen that in every example of anyone that's successful. And even if you look at someone like Jeff Bezos, who started out in his room in an office. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that sign where he's sitting in this barren office that just looks completely dismal. And it says Amazon and handwritten. And people thought he was nuts. And look at him now. And now he's not maybe the best example because we all have our own issues with Amazon. But overall, what he created and the need that he saw and the focus that he used is an example of how to be pretty successful. Now, let's look at number two. Let's look at the second thing. Now, the second thing is massive action, right? You have to take big action steps. You can't just think, okay, I'm going to focus on this and do nothing. You need to focus and then do things. Now, in real estate investing, a lot of it, especially in competitive markets, you really need to be talking to people. You need to be sharing, okay, I'm looking for this deal. I'm looking for this kind of thing. Find out who can help me. Find out realtors, talk to property managers, do investigations on cities, read bigger pockets. I mean, there's a million things you can be doing to be active. And I have to tell you that moves the needle. I'm in escrow on a property right now, and this woman that called me with an off-market deal was a woman that I met 6 months ago. And I met her because I was looking at another deal, and she was there, and I told her, hey, keep me in mind if you find something good, because I'm looking for these kind of investments. So then she called me. and I was able to make the deal. So these are the kinds of things that I really want you to know, is that that happens for everyone that is making deals on any scale. So you need to take that action, and you need to be, if you're uncomfortable, hey, you're going to be uncomfortable sometimes. Sometimes you've got to call people. Maybe they don't call you back. Maybe you don't really get anywhere. Maybe you wasted your time because they really, it never really led to anything that you felt was productive or interesting. Doesn't matter. Look at the most that you get out of it. Have a positive attitude and keep moving forward, because one thing will lead to another. One thing will lead to another. And I need you to focus and commit this year to making this year happen. I created this Wealth Warrior Woman Accountability Tribe, and people pay me for my time, and I'm in that group giving you knowledge, giving you free advice, working to help you, working to support you. And I really need everybody that signed up, that put their hand up, that said, yeah, you know what, I do want to learn about real estate investing, to actually do something about it. Not just say you want to do it, but actually get in there, ask questions, find out the resources, ask people, ask me. I mean, you utilize what you have, utilize every resource you have to make things work for you. Make a change in the way that you look at how things can work for you. Whatever's in your mind in terms of what can't work with real estate investing, think of what can. Think of how you can get the resources. And there are a lot of them. And you need to find the one that's right for you. You need to find the one that's going to drive you into the action, that's going to actually get you to start buying, that's going to actually get you deals, that's going to get you opportunities, that's going to start making you money. And you'll see that start to move. You'll see that start to move. But you need to not just think, okay, maybe next year. Okay, I'll be ready here. I'll be ready there. Be ready now. This is the time we have. This is the time we have. And I mean, for me, to wake up in the morning and to be able to just do what I love to do is such a gift. It's such a pleasure for me, because I don't feel imprisoned to anything or anyone. And I feel like I am free to live this life. And that's what we all want, I think, ultimately. I don't like to say what other people want, but generally most of us want to be able to do what we want to do. I mean, at least if you ask my teenagers, for sure they would say that. So let's look at it. So we've got focus, we've got massive action. The third thing I just touched on, I just naturally went into it because I'm constantly working on myself, constantly up-leveling how I can be in the world, how I can show up. And the third thing is gratefulness, right? It's gratefulness, and it sounds like, well, everybody's got that. Everybody's got gratefulness, right? But we don't always utilize it, because what happens is that when something bad happens, or maybe we made a bad deal, or maybe something didn't work out, we immediately go into a negative bias, which is what we do as humans. And before we know it, we can't see any of the good things because we're looking at the negative, okay? And so what you really want to be doing is constantly be reminding yourself of the things you do have, because those things are always gifts that you have. And there's all kinds of posts I've been seeing recently where people say, you didn't have to pay for your heartbeat. You didn't have to pay for your friends. You didn't have to work for these things. These are things that just come to you. They're gifts of life, nature, all the things that we have that are just blessings, electricity. Somebody figured that out for us, heat. We have a lot of blessings. We have a lot of blessings, and many of us are in a situation where our needs are already being well more than met. And now we're looking at how to create a life where money isn't a factor that holds us back. And that's really critical. And real estate investing is the key to that. You start making a certain level of money. What do I do? What do I do? Well, you're going to go to your financial guy, and he's going to charge you for his fees to put you in mutual funds, which could go up or down, but he's going to make money no matter what, he or she, but you won't necessarily. And these vehicles, these vehicles that just take money from you and don't necessarily give you the return, those are not as prevalent at all in real estate. I would say they're not even prevalent at all. That's why I moved to real estate investing. That's why I went into real estate, because real estate is something that I understand, is something you can understand, and is something that you can put your put your wheels in motion toward to really move the needle on your financial security, on your cash flow, on your mailbox money every month, on your equity, on your retirement, whatever it is. I mean, I don't like to talk about retirement that much because I don't believe in retirement. Because I feel like when we're alive, I don't feel like I'm working right now. I don't feel like I'm working when I'm sharing with you information and giving you information to make your life better. I am enjoying that. So for me, I don't look at a job. If your job is a job, one of the things you want to do is replace your income with real estate so that you have the options to discover what it is that is really in your heart. And I don't think that there's any. I think that you can make money teaching fishing, whatever it is that is in your heart, and that's what you should be able to do, and that's how you should live your life. And we should all honor that. We should all honor the goodness that we can all do. So tomorrow, I will be live at 11 a.m. CST, and I will give you a nugget to get started on this real estate investing journey that you're on this year. I'd like to hear from you. I want to hear some reactions. I want to hear something from you about your commitment, about something that you're taking on this year. Focus, massive action, and gratitude. Something you're grateful for, something you're focused on, something you're going to take action on. And I'm not saying it's all going to be easy. Let me tell you, the first time I went live, this feels very awkward at first. It's very hard to get used to talking to a screen, especially when half the time when you start, the first few years, no one's even listening to you, except for maybe your friends or your husband or whatever. My husband will listen and comment. So you got to stay in what you believe in, and you got to be willing to be uncomfortable, to stand for what you believe in, to live the life you want to live, to get the real estate deals you want, because there's a lot of other people that want them. So if you're not actively pursuing them, it's not just going to fall from the sky. So let's make it happen, because I'm not the only one that's capable. You are too. You are completely capable of making this happen. And I am just so fired up about what everyone is going to take on this year, about what they're going to create and what they're going to do. And I know it's going to be a fantastic year. So with that, I'm off, and have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whatever it is. I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful that you get to experience this time with me, and that you get to think about what you're going to take on for 2021.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe below, and you can find out more at wealthwarriorwoman.com.